Game over, motherfuckers. Social justice warriors. If they're not bitching about something, it's something else. If it's not something else legit, they're inventing shit. And if they're not outright inventing shit, they're trying to change the meaning of words so they score extra oppression points. But sorry kids, moving the goalposts doesn't get you gold at the oppression Olympics. I swear to God, people, if I had a fucking dollar for every time that I heard as of late that you can't be racist against white people because racism is privilege plus power, or you can't be sexist against males because males have privilege plus power, I'd be a very rich man. And if I had to give back a dollar for every time that these statements were factually correct, I would be living out of a cardboard box under a bridge. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. I keep hearing these things a lot more than I should, and they're often used by people who clearly have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Let's talk about the whole, you can't be racist against white people thing. What a load of fucking horse shit. You can tell that the only people that say this have never actually bothered to read up on history. Throughout fucking history there are cases of white people being fucking the victims of racism or discrimination. And I know technically white isn't a race because there are various different races that possess the traits of white skin. But let's just say, for argument's sake, white people as a whole are, one group of people. But yeah, let's just say that for argument's sake. But anyway, throughout history, there are instances of white people being discriminated against. The Welsh by the English, the Irish by the English, the Scots by, who else? The English, Americans in the 1770s by the English, thus the fucking war against the British, and the Declaration of Independence being signed. Poles by the Germans around about World War II, Jews by the Germans around about World War II, the Germans by the rest of Europe after World War I and after World War II. And let us not forget, in Zimbabwe to this day, Robert Mugabe will not allow white people to own land in his little country. That is an example of a black man oppressing white people. I know that's somewhat ironic given the whole apartheid thing that used to happen in South Africa, with the white people discriminating against the black people in South Africa, but still, that is an outright case of black on white racism. It does exist. Therefore, the statement of privilege plus power is a load of horse shit. More to the point, you say privilege plus power. Now riddle me this, motherfuckers. How can two things that don't exist output something that does? The only people that have privilege are those with the almighty dollar, dollar, dollar. This is an argument for another time. I don't believe in white privilege. I don't believe in male privilege. I don't believe in most of these so-called privileges that exist according to Tumblr. But the statement that men can't be discriminated against because they're men and white people can't be the victims of racism because they're white are fucking asinine. Then you get the ones that will say, well, it's prejudice, but it's not outright racism. Yes, it is. It is by definition racism. You might want to read the dictionary definition of racism before you start trying to alter the meaning. Racism is usually defined as discriminating against someone based upon their race, thus the term racism. Funny how these things work. It's almost as if words mean things. It's the same with sexism. Discrimination against someone based upon their sex. There is no asterisk. Your average Webster's dictionary will not have an asterisk there saying, unless the motherfucker is male, in which case the motherfucker has the power and is therefore open season to be discriminated against. It does not work that way, children. I decided to go on this rant tonight because it really has been fucking bothering me. I know that every man and their dog has touched on this subject, but it's just so fucking annoying. Seriously. Do you motherfuckers read dictionaries before you start saying what you can and can't do, or who can and can't be discriminated against? I get that this is the era of people wanting to be victims, but for God's sake, at least construct a factually based argument before you start trying to go for gold at the Oppression Olympics. You don't win gold on technicalities, people. And while I'm on the subject, I know there's going to be some smart motherfucker out there going, well, Damo, you're a white male, so you're either triggered or you're trying to talk about a subject you have no right to talk on the subject of. And to you I say, A, go fuck yourself, B, I clearly know more than you do, and C, you trying to tell me I can't do something because of my genitalia and skin colour? Guess what that is? Can you? Can you guess? Can you? Can you guess? Because if you said racism or sexism, well done! You're not a complete fucking idiot after all. I'm Damian Skyfire. Till next time.